Right, so today we're going to go through kipping pull-ups, or we're going to go through the foundation for kipping pull-ups. So just a quick recap, if you go back and you have a look at our video that we did on strict pull-ups, one of our things and one of our foundational rules we have before we start to teach people how to kip is we want them to be able to do 3 to 5 times strict pull-ups. So reason for that is when you go through that kipping motion, there's potentially 3 to 5 times body weight of force on your shoulder girdle. So in order to guard yourself against injury when you do that kipping movement, we want to make sure you've got that requisite strict strength. So we'll link the video for the strict pull-ups in the comments section, so you can go back and have a look at that. But just as a quick recap, when we went through them, we spoke about doing those strict pull-ups from a hollow position or from a dish position, looking at keeping those ribs tucked down in line with our pelvis, doing a good vertical pull, and trying to go through a full range of motion, getting that chin over the bar without having to reach to get over it. So that hollow position for when we go into a kipping movement is an important one. So when we teach a kip, we usually use 2 shapes or 2 gymnastic shapes to teach it. So you can start off by doing these shapes on the ground. If you've been part of our class, you'll know that it's referred to as our dish sequence. We're only going to use 2 shapes out of that. So the first one is obviously if I'm sitting down, our dish hold. So way to cue into that would be keep those legs locked, toes pointed, then we're going to roll back on the ground 1 vertebrae at a time, trying to flatten out the lower part of our back, and we're maintaining this position. So if I then go and reach my hands over my head, I'm in that same position when I'm hanging from the bar. The other portion of it and the backward portion of it is if we lie onto our stomach, it's our Superman position. So still keeping those toes pointed, those quads locked, thinking about engaging those glutes, arching, and then just having our hands above our head. That's the backwards portion of the movement. So to build strength, to build that core requirement that you need to move through that when you get onto a kip, you can do some holds on the ground. So you've got your Superman hold and you've also got your dish hold. So if we then move over to the bar, what we're working on when we go through that basic kip is the transition from the dip back to that Superman hold and that smooth transition, trying to eliminate any lateral movement. So usually what we'll do from a hanging position is just get somebody to start off nice and slow, transitioning from dish back to Superman, picking up speed as we go. And then as we start to pick up more speed, we're working on dynamically bringing those feet from behind us in that Superman position and snapping back using our hips into that dish position. So what you should start to see when we speed up is a little bit more vertical displacement on the bar. So as of yet, I haven't even started pulling with my arms. So I'm starting from here up. And as I'm violently bringing those feet and my hips from here into that Superman hold, okay, back through to that dish, I'm starting to get myself higher on the bar. And then once I get to that point where I'm able to link that movement together, all it is from there is a pull and then a push away to snap back into that bottom position. So from here up, pull, push, pull, push. And then from there I can start working on linking them together. So the number one thing I would be working on to start off with is that smooth transition from that hollow back to that Superman. If you aren't tight through your midsection when you do this, what you'll find is you'll gain a whole heap of extra momentum and you won't be able to stabilize yourself. Whereas if we're tight and we're moving nice and slow, we should be able to stop without having any extra pendulum motion or any extra swinging on there. So 3 things to check off, or 3 positions, 3 prerequisites to check off as you work your way into a kipping pull-up. Firstly, have that strict strength down. It'll allow you a little bit of room for error if you don't quite have the technical portion of it right. Once you've got that strict strength down, you want to work from your dish position into that Superman position. Start off slow, just start working those positions. then start to add a little bit more dynamic motion. Really focus on snapping those hips from here back to the front. And before you start working to get your chin over the bar, try and work on getting as much vertical displacement from that violent hip drive as you can onto the bar. Then once you've got that, just add in that pull and that push away, and then you've got yourself some kipping pull-ups. So good luck. If you've got any questions, hit us up below, or you can email it through to us. Have a good day.